Hello, gentle marketers. Welcome to episode 28 of the Gentle Business Revolution podcast, the show where we talk about marketing your business by disrupting the current marketing paradigm. I'm Sarah Zenecroce. I'm the host on this show, and you know that you're in the right place if you are a heart-centered entrepreneur who is looking for a better way to market your business, or you are an entrepreneur who's just simply fed up with the traditional marketing model and are ready for a paradigm shift. You also might be a marketing impact pioneer working for an organization who does business for good. Real quick before we get started, you know what would really make my day? If you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts or whatever you're using to listen to this show. It helps other gentle souls like you find us. It helps our guests reach more people, and it helps get the message of the Gentle Business Revolution out there. So thanks so much for taking the 30 seconds it takes to leave a review on whatever you're using to listen to this show. Today's episode falls under the P of people of the Gentle Marketing Mandala. If you don't know what that is, you can download my one-page marketing plan in the form of a mandala at sarahzenecroce.com/one page. One page. It comes with a daily email prompt over 7 days to help you work on your plan. Now, any good marketing program always talks about your client avatar. I don't know about you, but when I first heard that term, I thought about Blue People, the movie. So let's talk about today's conscious client. Actually, before that, let me read you an extract of the Cluetrain Manifesto that was written in 1999 by Rick Levine and friends. It's a document with 95 points establishing the rules of the internet. The work examines the impact of the internet on marketing, claiming that conventional marketing techniques are rendered obsolete by the online conversations that consumers have and that companies need to join. So here's an extract. They say, the internet is enabling conversations among human beings that were simply not possible in the era of mass media. Another point, we are immune to advertising, just forget it. And the we refers to the modern day consumer. Well, the modern day consumer back in 1999. Another point, you want us to pay? We want you to pay attention. We want you to drop your trip, come out of your neurotic self-involvement, join the party. And finally, don't worry, you can still make money. That is, as long as it's not the only thing on your mind. So, fair enough, that was 20 years ago, but I think it's still true today. Today's conscious client is smarter, has access to all the information online, doesn't care about advertising, wants to be heard and seen, and wants to buy from brands that care about more than just profit. So let's look at these attributes in a bit more detail. The conscious client, I said, was smarter. The internet is enabling conversations among human beings that were simply not possible in the era of mass media. I don't know about you, but when I go to the doctor these days, which doesn't happen very often, touch wood, I usually come prepared. I have already spent at least 20 minutes, usually more, Googling about my symptoms, possible causes and cures, etc. So I'm really only going to the doctor to get confirmation about one or the other thing I found online and possibly, if needed, get a prescription. My favorite doctor actually is a dermatologist where you can send in a picture of your issue and he will then already diagnose it over the phone and let you know if you should come in or not. So efficient, right? And I feel so much smarter and involved in the whole process. And this doesn't just apply to doctors. Today's conscious client is smarter and has access to a ton of information online. She wants to do her research before making any kind of buying decision. Today's conscious client also wants to be served, not sold to. We are immune to advertising, just forget it. Just like I don't want to go to the doctor just to be told what I have and then blindly follow the doctor's advice, the conscious client also doesn't want to be sold to. Instead, she wants to be served, informed, and brought into a conversation. In other words, she wants to be heard and seen. We want you to drop your trip, come out of your neurotic self-involvement, and join the party. The days of broadcasting ads are long over. The conscious client wants to feel respected, understood, and even belong to a tribe. Think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is the area of love and belonging and esteem. For us entrepreneurs and marketing impact pioneers, this means that our marketing is focused around including the client, not excluding them and making them feel less than. I still often get this feeling at certain doctors' offices and, of course, from certain guru marketers. They make you feel less than and not included in their tribe, right? And the conscious client today wants to do good. Don't worry, you can still make money. That is, as long as it's not the only thing on your mind. Doing good is no longer reserved for the nonprofits, but it is now expected of influential brands trying to build emotional connections. That's a quote from Jeff Rum's book, The Purpose Advantage. Remember Maslow? Well, we've reached the top of his pyramid of hierarchy for basic human needs, the self-actualization, which Maslow explains as an urge to become the best version of oneself. In this era of plenty that we live in, at least in the West, we are no longer so much preoccupied to fulfill our basic needs. Instead, we are looking for meaning, even as consumers. So if we have the choice to buy from a brand or service provider who shares the same worldview and supports that actively, we happily pay a bit more than the average because it fulfills our need for our own self-actualization and helping others with theirs. And finally, today's conscious client wants things to be beautiful, not just functional. Harmony and beauty really matter. So again, today's conscious client is smarter, wants to be heard and seen, wants to be served, not sold to, wants to do good, and wants beauty. So let's remember that in our communication. We're no longer in the broadcasting age where we can just share a bunch of facts and assume that the customer will take out her credit card. She doesn't want to buy something. She wants to buy into something. I borrowed this line from the storytelling expert and past participant of the Gentle Marketing Program, Dominic DeSouza. Thanks so much for tuning in this week to listen to this episode about the conscious client. Next week, I'll be back with another solo episode about the P of product or service, but that didn't start with a P. Please find today's show notes at sarahsanacroce.com GBR28. I hope you'll join me on this journey to a kinder marketing paradigm. Please invite your friends to join us by sharing this podcast or the Gentle Business Manifesto with them. Both can be found at thegentlebusinessrevolution.com. Oh, and again, a review on Apple Podcasts would really make my day. Thank you so much and speak to you next week.